Hi everybody, it's Natalie from Nat's Niche. I've decided to do a video series because I've been getting asked a lot of questions, and I figured, you know what, it'll be easier to just make a video, get it uploaded, and just send people if they want to see what I've been doing, and just ask me questions or whatever. I can answer them and quickly upload a video. So I'm hoping this makes things a little bit easier. If not, then it's a lesson learned, right? So before I get started, I want to have a disclosure and say that everything that I'm saying is my own personal opinion. It's things that have worked for me personally, and this may not work for everybody. So I don't want I want you to take this with a grain of salt and make it so it works for you. So that's my disclosure. This is my personal opinion solely and nobody else's. So quick history of me, just so that people, if you don't know who I am or kind of where I've started, that you know a little bit more. I've been crocheting for about 2 years now. And before that, I didn't even know how to do a circle. I was really bad. I knew very basic crochet from when I was a child, and I got into it 2 Christmases ago because I wanted to make some Christmas gifts, and my husband had got me a subscription to a crochet magazine. So I decided to go ahead and try to make some gifts, and I was terrified, and it ended up going very well, and I got hooked on it. And a couple months later, I started my Facebook page, and it was really just focused on family and friends. Like, I really had no intention of making it a really big thing. I just wanted it to be something that I could send my family and friends to, and look at what I've been doing, or if they wanted to make orders, because I had a lot of family and friends going, oh, can you make me this, that, and the other thing. So I'm like, you just send them to one place. So I started it, and I invited all my family and friends, and they came on. And then they started inviting their family and friends on. I had a couple really small giveaways, nothing big. And I was very frustrated because when I first started, there was these very big pages who were having giveaways all the time, and they were bringing in good numbers. And I was, I'd see them and I'd enter them, but I didn't know how to get into it. I didn't know how to network with those people. I didn't know how to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm just starting. I want to maybe get bigger. Because at that point, I started getting some orders. And I liked it so much. I'm like, maybe I should make this into a small business. Nothing too big, but at least get some more followers. So that's kind of what I was focusing on. And I couldn't. I would write them. I would try to get in, and they weren't really interested because I was very, very small, and I didn't have a name, and I was unknown. And so they kind of grouped all these really big pages grouped together, and were getting really good numbers, and they had all this stuff going on, and I felt kind of like I was left out, and I couldn't get in. And it was very frustrating for me. And so a couple months later, well, actually, it wasn't even a couple months later. It was about a year later. My business was pretty small. I got a hand injury, and I just decided to take a break for a while. And then when I came back was when Facebook started making the changes. And before that, even with just a couple hundred followers, I was actually reaching a lot of people, and I was making a lot of sales, and things were going really well. And when I came back, it just was completely changed. And so I still didn't have very many followers, and I wanted to keep growing. And then now that Facebook changed, I was really reaching almost nobody. And so I decided to go ahead and do a giveaway with a couple of ladies who had also just started a page, and they wanted to get up and going. And at that point, this was about a year after I started, I had about 888 likes. And I was like, well, I'll throw a multi-vendor giveaway, and I'll go from there. Maybe we can bring in a little bit of traffic. So I got one started, and I screwed up so many times, it's not even funny. I made some really horrible mistakes, like leaving off a couple of sponsors completely off of Rafflecopter, and having to apologize afterwards and be like, oh my gosh, I totally left you off, I'm so sorry. And it was horrible. I made so many mistakes, and this was like a giveaway with like 25, or it was maybe even less than 25 sponsors. And I completely screwed up, and so I was embarrassed. I'm like, I'm never going to do this again. I brought in about 100 likes that time, and I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I brought in 100 likes. That's so awesome. And back then, that was really awesome. That was a good number. And so after that, I just kind of kept my page, I was posting and stuff, but it wasn't too active. And then I decided to go ahead and do another one. And so I got into the giveaways and I started doing more and doing bigger and getting more sponsors, and I just started growing from there. And this was last February. This last February, so February 2013, when I was at 888, and now we're in the middle of November, and I'm at almost 17,000 followers now. So I've grown a lot since February, and it wasn't easy. It was a lot of learning. It was a lot of trial and error, and I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of mistakes, and I had to learn things the hard way many times over, but it was totally worth it. And now I post and I get great interaction and I have good talking about numbers, and my numbers keep increasing and they keep going up, and I'm becoming a bigger and more popular page. And now when I look back at where I started, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how much I had to learn and how far I had to go before I got here. And I didn't even realize it. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on going anything too huge at first, but it just kept growing and it just kind of boomed from there. So I have a lot of people now asking me, writing me, and saying, how do you do your giveaways? What's the behind scenes on how you actually run them, and how do you get sponsors, and all kinds of questions. And I can't get into everything right now. Obviously, it's one video, at least to start off with. Sorry, that's my baby. He's being kind of loud in the background. But anyway, I want to make a video with some things. As far as I was asked, how do you keep your numbers going up? How do you maintain your numbers between giveaways? And that's a good question. And there's not really an answer that will completely answer that. It's kind of, what works for you, what works for me. It's different for everybody. But there's a couple things that can help. If you are in giveaways, in between you'll see your numbers drop, which is very, very normal. And again, I'll get into that in another video. But it's frustrating because you just got into a giveaway, you saw your numbers increase, and then you have a decrease. And it's very, very frustrating, especially when you're small. You have only a couple hundred or a couple thousand likes, and you really want to keep going upwards, and then you do all that work and you start seeing it go down. And it's very hard at first. As you get bigger, it starts getting like, they come and go, and you don't care too much anymore. But I understand when you're smaller and just even 10 likes, leaving, you can take it personally and feel like, oh, they don't like my page, or they, whatever. Again, I'm going to get into that into another video. So between giveaways, I try to keep myself in giveaways as much as possible, because that is the best way to increase numbers and get your name out there and get more and more people seeing you. And of course there's other ways to do it, but my main goal, my main thing that I do is to keep in giveaways as much as possible. So I host monthly giveaways that are very big, and they normally bring me in between 1,500 and 2,000 likes in one giveaway. And so those are the very best way for me to increase my likes. And between then, I try to get into other big giveaways. And lately, because my numbers are very good now, I have a lot of people asking me to be guest sponsors in their giveaways, which I'm very happy to do, because I can keep my page plugged in and keep the likes ticking up, even if it's slowly. And then I can help them with advertising. And a lot of the businesses who are asking are smaller businesses, and they're looking for more exposure and more advertising. And so I can help them, and they can help me. So it ends up working out for everybody. And again, I always remember going back to I wish that I had more ins, and I had people that I could network with, and I knew, and that I could get myself into big giveaways and network with the people who were running them and who were in them. So I feel like it's something I can pass on to other people, because I've been there and I've done that, and I understand completely, trust me. So giveaways is the biggest thing. So I'm saying between giveaways, so I guess I try to do small giveaways between my big giveaways is what I'm saying. And then I've been taking a break on games lately, just because I have a lot on my plate, and games can be very stressful and they can be high paced, and so I've been taking a break on those. But those can help, but you have to be careful, because if you're posting too much and you're playing too many games, it can actually cause problems. And I think I'll get into that in another video too, because I don't want this to be way too long. I'll do a games video and talk about that. But I try to keep it minimal. And I do still do games, but I haven't been taking sponsors lately. I tend to kind of do something, myself, give something away, and just have something like, help me name this, new creation I made, or which one do you like better, and just random draw, little fun things where it's like, it's not a big deal, but people can kind of interact and they can have fun. And that's the biggest thing, is that you want to keep your fans interacting on your page all the time. Because that's what's going to keep your numbers going up, and you're talking about numbers increasing, and that's very important. And another video. Like I said, there's so many things that I could cover that I've learned, and just things that I know a lot of people already know, but there's some that don't, and they're really getting started, and they ask me a lot of questions that I feel like, well, I can help them with that. I know that. So another video again. What else I do between giveaways is network. I'm always networking with people. I never stop networking. That is one of the best ways to increase your numbers. And not just because, like, if you get into a ladder, you can't expect tons of new likes to come from that, but you're networking with people. I like ladders because you can meet new people, and especially if you really take the time to go to some of their pages and leave them notes and say hi, I met you through this place, and let them know where you're coming from. And I've formed some amazing friendships just through networking. Some of the best that I have now are through networking. And then, of course, my giveaway group is always open to everybody who's, trying to work with me or work with each other or whatever. It's a great place for advertising, for networking. I have almost 1,000 followers on there now, and that's just my group for my giveaway. So, of course, people are welcome to post on there and try to get sponsors for their giveaways and such. But networking, it's very important. So networking, small giveaways, some games, and then, like I said, just keep your fans interacting. And another great thing to do, actually, is to try to get some stuff to go viral. Maybe not internet-wide viral, but viral kind of in your group. And that, again, could be a video in of itself, but it doesn't always necessarily have to be about your work or your sales or your giveaways or whatever, but it can be something totally maybe out of the box, something different, something that's motivational, something that's inspiring, something that people can relate to, and get them to talk to you, ask them questions, get them involved. Don't make it one-sided where it's all about you and your business and what you're doing and your sales and your products, because it is your business, and that is very important aspects of your business. But they're coming onto your page, and to catch their attention, you want to interact with them. You want to ask them questions. You want to have their opinion. You want to do little fun things for them. There's so many different things that you can do, and you can think outside of the box. I'm always trying to think of new things, like, what are some great ways to bring people in, or to get them interacting, or get them excited that somebody else hasn't done yet. And I've been thinking of all kinds of great new little things, and I try to keep it, sometimes I think way outside the box. I'm like, okay, I need to keep it pertinent to my business and what I'm doing and stuff. And so I try to do that. And some of the stuff I post is completely outside of the box, and it really has nothing to do with crochet, but it's something that's just interacting, it's fun, and it brings people in, little games, all sorts of stuff. And so that's really stuff that fans love. That's stuff that will catch their attention. They'll remember your page. They'll come back. And the other thing, just always to keep your fans there and not getting frustrated, is professionalism. Always be professional on your page, and interaction with fans and customers. Always be professional. And after giveaways end, when everyone sees that decrease in fans, it's totally normal, not to post on your page about it. Don't complain about it. Don't be negative. Don't complain. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it has to do with giveaways or your personal life or whatever. Not on your business page. Don't ever do that. You always want to stay positive, motivational, inspiring. You want to keep people coming back and not feeling like, it's negative, and they don't want to see that. Most people get on Facebook and they want to be cheered up, or maybe they had a hard day or whatever. So find ways that you can do that. And I unfortunately see a lot of business pages I'm a fan of a lot on my timeline, and a lot of them are very negative. I'll see very negative posts or drama-filled posts, and I'm thinking, that's your business page, maybe on your personal with your family and friends, but not on your business page. So that's really important too. Professionalism, no matter what you're doing, so important. And that's all I can think of right now. Like I said, just try to do your own thing. Think outside the box. Do something maybe you normally wouldn't do. And go with it. See what works. And there's times when I kind of want to get people interacting or try to make something go viral, and some of it just flops so badly. It doesn't work. And other things that I totally don't expect go crazy, and people are all over it. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. But, expect the unexpected, I guess. And that's why it's kind of good to try different things, because one thing may work and another may not. And you don't want to keep doing the same thing if it doesn't work. So that's about it. I'm here, and I love to support small businesses, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I really enjoy helping small businesses get up there, get more traffic, and just things I've learned. Like I said, I've been doing this, so many trials and errors. I feel like it's stuff that I can share, and a lot of you already know a lot of this, but those who don't, hopefully this can help you. And this video is already over 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop it for now. And I'm going to try to break up and do several videos specifically on giveaways, games, professionalism, customer service. Also, I have tons of things that I think would be helpful to other people that I can share. But I'm going to try to break it up into many videos because, like I said, I don't want to do videos this long anymore. So thank you for listening, and I am so happy to be networking with you guys and to be doing giveaways with you, because I'm just the most fantastic people that I've been meeting, and I'm excited. I'm excited to keep growing and learning myself, and taking this ride with you. So I will be seeing you all around. Bye.